In the distant future, or maybe in the distant past, the human race spread across the galaxy and start colonies on distant planets. Their population have increased to exceed billions. But now the resources have exhausted, the birth rate had collapsed, and so a movement began to return to Mother Earth. However, the planet does not want them back. A grand conflict for the right to return started, known as the Homecoming War. Then a government structure was born to end the war called the Gaia Coalition. The Gaia Coalition declared the Earth as a sacred place and no one is allowed to enter. Instead, Earth is used as a symbol to watch from while colonists from other planets are dying. But there was a man who resisted and continued to travel the depths of space. An immortal space pirate in the last century who continued to plunder and challenge warships of the Federation. Wanted by the Gaia Coalition, his name is Captain Harlock. In a bar in a planet somewhere, a few men are having a drink. Suddenly, the whole place started shaking. A battleship is near. They all scramble outside to meet it. A group started climbing a treacherous cliff. A young man, Logan, reaches the top and marvels at the size of the ship. It's the Arcadia. The group stood at the edge and they all wanted to enlist, but the armored soldier said that they'll only take one. He asked the question, "Why do we sail?" The first said, "For honor." Wrong answer. The next says, "For riches." Wrong again. The next one just straight up falls. Logan was quiet and was dropped, but he answered for freedom at the last second. He was caught by Kei Yuki. She says that it's freedom that unites this ship. They start moving out. On their way out, they were intercepted by a coalition patrol ship. Captain Harlock's ship, the Arcadia, sails ahead. Everyone gets into position.
The captain has taken the wheel.
The patrol ship scrambles fighter jets and attacks the Arcadia. But the Arcadia goes undisturbed. Logan mounts the gun turrets, and he's pretty good. The coalition starts to retreat upon learning that their operative is on board. Captain Harlock pursues it and crashes into the ship. His men deploys into the armored suits and boards the ship. The coalition mounting a losing defense. Kay and her crew continues to push on. Logan separates from the group and enter a room. A soldier charges and scans his retinas. The implant will let Logan communicate to the home base. He's actually a spy sent to infiltrate the Arcadia. Yatterin enters the room and shoots the soldier. The pirates leaving after a successful pillage. Back at the ship, Captain Harlock motivates his crew and prepares the dark matter engine. The Gaia Coalition is having a session with Ezra about his operative's success. The council wonders if the agent can be trusted. Ezra insists they can. They all praised him for his good work. He is dismissed and he went on his way. As he rolls along the halls, people gossiped that the agent Logan is actually Ezra's younger brother. He strolls along a garden and his wife Nami asks him why he would send Logan. Ezra says that it was Logan's decision in the end. Yatterin is telling Logan that the Arcadia has the ability to fix itself. The ship having a dark matter engine means unlimited power. The dark matter engine is a Niblung technology, which is a lost alien civilization, and the Arcadia has the last one. Yatterin says that only Mime knows how to work the engine. She glides gracefully and stares at Logan. Logan asks if Captain Harlock is really 100 years old, and Yatterin tells him that the entire crew doesn't care since they all have a dark past. Logan was cleaning the halls when he took the chance to take photos of the ship. He sends his report back to HQ, but got interrupted by the captain's bird. He decides to follow it. It led him to the central computer room and finds Harlock sitting in the middle talking to himself. Logan prepares to draw his gun, but Mime catches him and tells him that the time will come and he should prepare himself. He left afterwards. Back at his quarters, Harlock and Mime are having a discussion about Logan. Mime implies that Harlock is aware that Logan is a spy, so what is he plotting? Harlock simply says, a miracle perhaps. The Arcadia arrives at the 8th planet of the Graham Galaxy. Captain Harlock states that number 99 will be planted here. Logan was clearly confused as to what that meant. Kay started asking for volunteers, and everyone was hesitant since it's a dangerous planet. But Logan raises his hand. Kay protests, but Harlock stops her. They deployed, and Kay asks why Logan volunteered. He says it's to impress the captain and to thank Kay for letting him join. They made their way to the back of the ship to get a dimensional oscillator warhead. The warheads are hidden via optical camouflage, Logan capturing everything. They took one and moved planet side. They landed on a natural bridge. Kay proceeds to prepare the warhead and arm the bomb. While doing so, Kay tells a story about how colonists just wanted to go back home but can't because of the Gaia Coalition. Logan says that Earth won't be able to handle the population migration. Kay says that humanity is on the verge of extinction and should enjoy the time they have left, but she hinted that they may be able to turn back the clock. She mentions the Genesis clock, a way to reverse everything back the way it was. It was Harlock's master plan. 100 points scattered throughout the universe with 100 warheads. With one massive explosion of energy at once, they can reset the clock. Logan is skeptical. Suddenly the ground shakes and the bridge collapses. Apparently it's not a bridge, but a living thing. Kay slides off, but Logan catches her. He then kicks her off the railing, but a ship was there to catch her. Logan continues to fall. Logan is in a very dire situation. Unfortunately, Yatterin isn't equipped to rescue him. Captain Harlock, however, has other plans. He jumps. Meanwhile, Logan is having a flashback. All three of them are in a greenhouse in Mars, and the plants are dying. Logan tried to adjust a valve but accidentally caused an explosion. This led to Ezra getting crippled. With extreme guilt, Logan begs for forgiveness, but Ezra, in his bitterness, will only do so if Logan becomes his tool and fight in his stead. Harlock did a superhero landing right in front of Logan. He even did a cool pose before saving him. Harlock tries to manually disengage the warhead, but Logan had other ideas. His mission is to assassinate Harlock. Logan reveals that he's with the Gaia Coalition, but Harlock insists that as long as he's in the Arcadia, he's part of the crew. Harlock again tries to disengage, and this time Logan helps him. They manage to drop the warhead and fly on out of there, barely escaping the creature. Harlock asks how Logan knew that the password to join his crew is freedom, and Logan says he only said what Harlock wanted to hear. The captain gives the gun back to Logan and tells him to find his own truth. When he does, then freedom will mean something. Back in the ship, the crew is happy to have Logan back. Apparently, the captain kept his identity a secret. Captain Harlock is addressing his crew on how close they are to achieving their goal. Only one warhead left to deploy. They're now headed back to Earth for a new start. Ezra is being berated remotely by the Council since Logan failed, and Harlock is en route to Earth. He requests permission to use the Kaleida star system and guarantees the Arcadia's destruction. After a short deliberation, the leader has approved. Ezra was dismissed. Nami was concerned that Logan is still on board and has lost communication. She says he knew Logan won't make it back. Ezra goes all the way up to the Oceanus. He is now the admiral of the fleet. All the ships activate and begin their formation. They all prepare to activate their skip mode and roll out.
Commence operation. Skip out coordinates. Court. All vessels prepare to skip.
Harlock is having another private moment talking to the computer when the alarms blared. The Gaia Coalition has blocked their advance. The captain ordered full speed ahead. They're in his way. The crew prepares their weapons and shields. Logan's signal returned and received confidential military info from someone. The fleet gets into defensive positions and surrounds the Arcadia. As the Arcadia inches closer, Ezra gave the order. Every ship fires at will. However, all the blasts went through and started hitting the other ships in a friendly fire. Ezra can't believe the Arcadia's speed, but they detected it to have moved to Saturn. The Gaia Coalition skipped to intercept and once again surrounds the Arcadia. Harlock calls on Logan. Logan calls Ezra and begged him to stop, that they're wrong about Harlock. Ezra was coldly disappointed and hung up. He ordered the charging of the Kaleida star system. This weapon converts the power of neutron stars and turns them into cosmic rays. All will be destroyed, including the Arcadia. The Coalition ship sensors are confused as to how the Arcadia can move places so fast, as if they're never there, like a ghost ship. But Ezra doesn't believe it's a ghost, but believes that it's about to be. While the Arcadia crew is confused where the attack will come from, Ezra fires the weapon. Immediately, the Arcadia is awash with cosmic rays. Critical radius is maintained, and after it cleared up, there's no trace of the Arcadia. They destroyed it, but their sensor picked up the Arcadia, hiding behind an asteroid. Apparently, the cosmic rays hit a hologram of the Arcadia. The Arcadia opened fire and decimates a good amount of the fleet. It kept its course and heads straight to the Oceanus. All the while blowing up the surrounding ships, it collides with the Oceanus. Ezra is furious for losing. The Arcadia drags along the Oceanus and taken its crew prisoners. Ezra was suspicious as to how the Arcadia was able to predict their actions, figured out that it was Nami who was feeding Logan information about battle plans. Logan still insisted that Harlock's Genesis clock plan is their best shot at starting over. Meanwhile, the Arcadia arrives at the Earth's sanctified zone. The crew is mesmerized by its beauty. Ezra is disappointed with Logan for being gullible and tells him everything will be clear. Just then, the beautiful Earth is revealed to be just a hologram, and the real one is scarred and red. The crew is horrified and demanded answers from the captain. During the Homecoming War, a lot of lives has been lost. To end the war, the Gaia Coalition was formed, and they declared Earth a sacred land. The Gaia Legion created an elite force to guard the Earth. 4 Death Shadow-class battle cruisers, powered by dark matter engines, were created headed by Harlock. An engineer worked with Harlock to harness dark matter energy by the Niblung aliens. This engineer was Harlock's only friend. As Harlock protected the Earth from intruders, the colonist elites granted themselves permission to return home. This angered Harlock and decided to break away from the Coalition. Harlock would fight for the outcasts against the Coalition's hypocrisy. But the Gaia Coalition fought back with a vengeance. Backed into a corner, he asked for the dark matter to be unleashed, thus creating a layer over Earth. The true sanctified zone. If the Coalition won't allow the outcasts to return, then Harlock will make sure no one will. The dark matter has proven difficult to control and devoured the entire surface of Earth. Then, just when everyone thought that it's all over, the ship has resurrected into a monstrosity, and Harlock became immortal, with Mime bound to Harlock for all eternity. 5 years after the war, Harlock raided the Gaia Coalition and stole 100-dimensional oscillator warheads and disappeared. The Coalition learned that Harlock plans to destroy the mythical Genesis clock, since he can't bear the burden of destroying Earth, so he'll destroy everything. Ezra confessed this to Logan, and he's having second thoughts. Harlock's crew couldn't believe it. The captain said that he's looked for another solution for 100 years, but there isn't any. Then the ship steered off course on its own. The prisoners were set free and stormed the bridge. Logan sided with Ezra once again and detained everyone. News broadcasted Harlock's arrest, and footage of the Arcadia detained is shown for all the public to see. Everyone is locked up awaiting their fate. Ezra put Logan in charge of the prison. Logan asked what's going to happen to Nami, but Ezra says she's his wife and to mind his own business. Ezra went to the garden to confront Nami and asked her why she betrayed him. He suspected she still has feelings for Logan. She said she did it so he can let go of his pain. Ezra got mad and hit her, but she's a hologram all along. He lamented why she's loyal to Logan when he was the one who put her in this state. She never recovered after the accident, it seems. Nami tells him that it wasn't Logan who made him suffer, but her. She confessed that she's always loved Logan and never Ezra. In his rage, he pulled the plug from Nami's life support. She thanked him and apologized and tells him to let go of his pain. Back in the prison, Ezra broke the news to Logan that Nami died because of equipment malfunction. Logan didn't for a second believe the lie. Nami's final message playing before him. Distraught, Logan took a ship and flew down to Earth. He walked along the vast wasteland and sees something. The Gaia Coalition advised the public that the Arcadia will be decommissioned first before the trial. While it's underway, Logan somehow snuck in and sabotaged the process. He hurries and meets with the crew. He pleads with them to trust him, that he discovered something on Earth that will prove both Harlock and the Council wrong. They proceed to free Mime, all while being under heavy fire by Gaia soldiers. They freed Harlock, and Logan shows him a flower he took from Earth, implying that the Earth is trying to live. Harlock found redemption just when he thought he destroyed the Earth. The Arcadia's engines roared to life, the crew still battling it out with the Gaia troops. Harlock's bird dropped him his saber, and he gears up. He then went on to quickly dispatch the soldiers in his ship. The Arcadia is slowly breaking free, and the cannons finally set it loose. It did a skip, and Ezra finds out it's en route to Earth. He mobilizes the troops and the Oceanus. Harlock's plan this time is to destroy the hologram projectors and let the people know the truth. But they're in for the fight of their lives as the Gaia Coalition throws everything they have at Harlock. But he soldiered on with brute force alone. Despite the enemy numbers, they only targeted the holographic satellites. Yatran eventually hacked the Imperial communications link, so they broadcasted the truth, that the Gaia Coalition doesn't want anyone to return to Earth to maintain their power, and also because the Earth you know doesn't exist. He reveals that there is still hope, but first everyone should accept the truth. The Gaia Council is in full-blown panic mode. The leader enacted the Homecoming War Protocol. He ordered the activation of the Jovian Accelerator. Ezra was told of the plan by the Council, and he strongly objected since the Arcadia close to Earth's orbit and it might get hit. But the leader dismissed him. All the Coalition ships have retreated except one, the Oceanus. The two ships started trading blows. The Oceanus got the upper hand and rammed into the Arcadia. It deployed anchors, and soldiers started boarding the pirate ship, which was ironic. Kay valiantly defended the ship, but was hit. Yatran jumps in to save her. Logan boarded the Oceanus looking for Ezra. Meanwhile, the Jovian Accelerator is gathering power. The Council deciding that everyone in the firing line is expendable. Logan reached the bridge but was ambushed by Ezra. To make things fair, Ezra disabled gravity and he pinned Logan. He got distracted, so Logan turned it off and they fell to the floor. Logan got Ezra in his sights, but he hesitated, and Ezra took the chance. Just when Ezra is about to fire, Captain Harlock saved Logan. Just then, a bright light engulfed the ship. A massive energy blast was shot, narrowly missing them. Harlock realized that they weren't the original targets, but the Earth itself. The Council was disappointed it missed, but it's a 100-year-old machine, so no surprises there. They ordered the realignment so they can fire again. Harlock went on to take care of the remaining Gaia soldiers in his ship. He meets up with Mime and asks for her forgiveness. She gives herself to the dark matter engine as the ship prepares. Then, the Jovian Accelerator fires the second shot. The Arcadia turns to face the full might of the blast. It forms antennas as it goes to release dark matter energy. The Oceanus gets obliterated completely. But the blast once again misses Earth. This confused the Council. When Ezra rammed the Arcadia, it moved the Earth away from the firing line. The Arcadia crash lands on Earth. Ezra sees the flowers one last time before passing on. Logan looks for Harlock. Harlock says that humans will return to Earth now that it's recovering, so it may cause another homecoming war. So he may have to reset the Genesis clock after all. Logan faces him and says he'll protect this world. Harlock gave him the detonator in the end. He wishes for Logan to find what he's looking for. He gave him his eye patch. The Gaia Council fleet is ordering their surrender. But Logan is defiant. The dark matter engine revived and Mime returned. She says that she's forever linked to the Arcadia and to Harlock. Logan addresses the crew to prepare for battle.